You're watching Pushrod TV. Welcome back, everybody. So before we get into this video, David Vizards How to Build Horsepower review. Over about the last month and a bit, we've had quite a few new subs, so welcome aboard everybody to the Pushrod family. Big thumbs up, thanks for subbing. Look, for those of you that have dropped a comment, you've liked, even if you guys have only watched a couple of minutes of a video or two, hey look, it all helps out, so a very big thank you to each and every one of you. Now with that out of the way, let's get into our review. Alrighty guys, so the name David Vizard, probably a lot of you are not going to know who he is. Maybe a few Aussies have heard the name David Vizard, the comedian that was on, I think it was Fast Forward, which is like a late night comedy show from about the late 80s, early 90s, that sort of vintage. David Vizard, the automotive engineer, he started out, he's an Englishman, from what I can sort of gather, started off in aerospace and then went to automotive engineering, made a name for himself and then moved out to America, and that's where he's been ever since. I think the fella's about 80 years old now, so yeah. He's, from memory, he's done thousands of magazine articles, which is probably, if it does ring a bell for us automotive folks, that's probably where you've seen his name, or books for that matter. He's written heaps of titles on all sorts of different stuff. Look, I've got a few in my automotive little library, port and flow testing, big block Chev, small block Chev, horsepower with economy, his second how to build horsepower, carbs and intake manifolds, and this one, which we're going to be reviewing, how to build horsepower. Okay, David Vizard's How to Build Horsepower. The book's been published by Cartech Books. Looks like it's roughly around 2010 sort of vintage. If you do a Google search, you'll definitely be able to find it on the internet. Look, depending on where you are in the world and all the rest of it, prices are going to vary and blah blah blah, shipping, all that sort of thing. So it's up to you guys to have a bit of a browse and see what deal you can get. Introduction. Just a quick brief bit of a history on David himself and up until, I guess, when he started writing this book. As you can see, easy to read text, it's easy to follow, great supporting diagrams and in-depth explanatory diagrams, they're all that sort of thing, even ram air pressure and all that sort of deal. They're all captioned, which is great. It's got easy to follow information that you can put into everyday practical use, whether you're in a workshop or like myself here in a home workshop. I mean, it covers porting and modifications to inlet manifolds and heads to what else we got here? Camshafts, porting and flow benches. Like, this is virtually what I copied my little flow bench that I first started off with. If you go back to our little porting the inline 6 inlet manifold, exactly the same sort of setup I used to test the manifold. And then we come to the likes of exhaust manifolds, exhaust systems, headers, ignition systems, supercharging, covers friction inside the short motor itself. As you can see here, all the different chapters, fuel delivery. Yeah, what can I say? It's an absolutely brilliant little book. The book itself is ideal for the up and coming people in the automotive performance industry, whether you just starting out as an apprentice, or even if you're just an enthusiast. Absolutely brilliant book. I've learned heaps out of it, even though I've been a mechanic for, well, what's it been, 18, 20 years now. I've learned a hell of a lot out of this book. So yeah, look, even for general mechanics that have just finished their apprenticeship and looking to get a little bit more into the performance sort of side of things, they've opened up their own shop or whatever, excellent book to have. Alrighty, push riders. So yeah, that's David Vizards, How to Build Horsepower. Look, I know it's only a little short review, but it's one of those books that it's it's definitely well worth having in your little automotive library. I've gone back heaps of times referencing bits and pieces, and like I've had ideas and I've sort of confirmed my ideas, and it's great to have decent books like this that I can refer to. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Go hit that subscribe button, or like, comment, or even click that notification bell. See you next video. Bloody hell. Just a touch windy.